My name is Daniel. I'm 26 years old, and until recently, I genuinely believed I was living inside a love story. My wife Emily, who's 24, and I met in high school. We survived long distance in college, moved in together, struggled together, built our life from scratch. We weren't perfect, but we were solid. Or at least, I thought we were. Looking back now, there were signs. Red flags I ignored because when you love someone, you don't analyze every detail. You trust them. You believe in the history you share. And that's exactly how I ended up here, telling strangers how my marriage fell apart in front of me without me even noticing. It started small. Emily began staying later at work. Not crazy late, just long enough to say, "Hey, I'll be home a bit later tonight, don't wait up." She'd come home tired, drained, and immediately go to bed. Then came the phone. At first she just used it more. Then she set a new lock screen. Then she kept it face down. Then she started taking it with her everywhere, even to the bathroom. But when I casually asked who she was talking to, she always said, "Just work drama. Nothing interesting." And because I trusted her, I accepted that. But the emotional distance grew. She stopped laughing at my jokes. Stopped sitting near me. Stopped touching me. Stopped participating in our routines, cooking together, weekend coffee runs, movie nights. Our whole marriage felt like a room that kept getting colder. Then one night, she said something that changed everything. She told me she needed space. Not a break. Not a conversation. Just space. She said she felt overwhelmed, stressed, confused. She said she didn't know what she wanted. She said she needed time to figure out herself. And I believed her. I actually tried to give her that space. I tried to be supportive. I tried to be patient. But the thing about space is that sometimes it's just a polite word for "I'm pulling away because someone else is already pulling me closer." I just didn't know that part yet. A few weeks later, she told me she had a team building night after work. A regular Friday. Nothing special. But she got ready like it was special. She wore a new dress. Did her hair. Put on the perfume she only used for anniversaries. I asked, "You sure it's just work?" She rolled her eyes and said, "Daniel, please. I just want to look good." I didn't push. I didn't want to be controlling. But something in my gut tightened. And then, the moment that exposed everything. She forgot her water bottle. She came back inside, thinking I was in the shower. I heard her phone buzz. She checked it quickly and whispered, "I'm leaving now. Can't wait to see you." Her voice. It wasn't the voice she used for coworkers. It wasn't even the voice she used for me anymore. It was soft, warm, excited. The voice of someone in love. I froze. My stomach dropped. My heart slammed against my chest. But I didn't confront her. Not yet. Instead, I waited until she left again. Then I grabbed my keys and followed her. My hands were shaking on the steering wheel, and my mind kept bouncing between "don't be paranoid" and "you know exactly what's happening." She drove across the city. Not to a bar. Not to a restaurant. Not to any place a team building event should be. She pulled into the parking garage of a luxury apartment building. I stayed far back. Parked where I could see the entrance. For 10 minutes nothing happened. Then she walked out of the elevator. With him. He was tall, maybe late 20s, dressed like he planned this night carefully. They didn't kiss, they didn't need to. He put his hand on the small of her back, guiding her, and she smiled at him, a smile I hadn't seen in months. A smile that used to be for me. My chest felt like someone punched a hole straight through it. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't think. Everything slowed down, like watching your life break apart in slow motion. I drove home in silence. Didn't scream. Didn't cry. Just sat with this crushing realization that the woman I promised my life to was giving herself to someone else. When she came home at 3 a.m., she walked in quietly. She smelled like cologne. Not mine. She whispered, "Hey, you're still awake?" I nodded. "How was the work night?" I asked. And she smiled, actually smiled, and said, "It was fun. Really fun." That smile hurt more than anything. The next morning, I confronted her. At first, she denied everything. She said I was being dramatic. She said I was imagining things. She said I was twisting her words. But when I told her I followed her, that I saw them together, her entire face changed. She went pale. Then started crying. Then started talking fast, trying to explain, trying to justify. He understands me. I felt alone. I didn't mean for it to happen. It was just emotional at first. I never wanted to hurt you. Excuses. 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 But here's the thing. You don't wear a new dress and anniversary perfume to accidentally cheat. You don't tell someone I can't wait to see you by accident. You don't lie for weeks by accident. She told me it only happened a few times. But once someone betrays you once, it doesn't matter if it was 1 time or 50, the trust is already dead. I moved out a week later. Took my essentials. Left everything else behind because it all felt contaminated. She keeps texting me now. Saying she's sorry. Saying she wants to fix us. Saying she made a mistake. Saying she'll cut him off forever. But trust isn't a switch you flip back on. Once it's broken, once that bond is shattered, no apology can glue it back into what it was. The truth is simple. She didn't need space. She needed freedom to cheat. She didn't lose feelings accidentally. She gave them to someone else. And I'm left trying to rebuild my life from the ruins of a marriage that ended long before I realized it. Sometimes the hardest part isn't losing the person. It's realizing they were already gone.